Stop now. Can you send this invitation to copy now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Kurti. Mr. Gehi will be joining now, so maybe we can start the introduction if you're okay with that.
No, it's 6:30, right? People are going
Okay,
to join 10 minutes before. I think it seems to be tough. Ask him to
Okay.
join after 5 minutes, because
After 5 minutes?
yeah, after 5 minutes, because that is better.
No
Actually,
problem, as you say. Okay.
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
please
sure.
inform after 5 minutes. 6:25 is going to
Okay,
join. That's better.
thank you.
Okay. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right. So I'll be joining after 5 minutes, just testing.
Yeah,
Thank,
perfect.
thank you, doctor.
No problem. Maliha, can you please stop sharing your screen once?
Sure.
How can I help you today?
Okay.
Dr. Kurti.
Yeah, I think let's start with the session. Thanks for all of you joining this session. My name is Venkati Kurve, and I'm more like education side. A lot of times, nowadays people are calling me regarding that, EB1 processing, converting that, ability to extraordinary, even they have extraordinary qualifications, how they want to process. So that is the reason I requested Naresh Gehi is a vice chairman, immigration, committee, Queens, New York Bar, close to New York Bar Association, and founder of this Gehi Associates. And he filed thousands of EB1 petitions and has an excellent success rate. So I requested him to explain the practicality of this EB1 processing and what is required by the law and all these things. He's the right person to explain all these things. So I really appreciate his efforts, particularly for Indian community, to helping. Like I know thousands of people he got help from his immigration services. So I really thanks to Naresh. He's providing, even though it's a Saturday, so everybody has their family life. Even though he spent like almost close to 1 hour or like this. So now I hand out to Naresh Gehi for regarding all these things. And then after that, we have a question and answer session. Definitely, we are going to clarify all of your questions. And if you have any questions, don't be hesitate. Don't interrupt him in the middle of the session. Then you can type your question in the chat window. That should be good. That should be good. And definitely, we are going to answer all these questions. Thanks, Naresh. Now, this is your turn. Then you can go.
Yes, good morning and good evening to everyone who's attending the session today. Firstly, I must begin by thanking Dr. Ikukurti, for organizing this. I'm grateful to him. I'm in fact short of words, for him to put this together in such a short span of time. And Dr. Ikukurti is very well known in the field of endeavor, Chanakya Educational Hub. So that's something different than Gehi and Associates. But since he's on the educational side, I cannot tell you the importance of having an educational expert, guide you through this maze of complexities of the US immigration laws. So Dr. Ikukurti will be actually discussing the educational side, and that's a different company altogether. And I'm grateful to him that, this is the missing link in the market today. People sometimes just go to lawyers, but they don't understand the educational side. So the bottom line is the educational side is equally important as much as the legal side. And a few things about me. I don't know how many of you know about me. I've been recognized as an expert in immigration by Fox 5 News, by Face the Nation, and you can look up my profile. And it's because of my honor and respect for Dr. Ikurti that I'm here today. And a few other things, I've handled a lot of EB1As, but yes, that's a correction I'd like to make. And but not in the thousands, but I've handled thousands of immigration cases in the US. So that's something that I'd like to clarify. But we've handled a lot of EB1A cases. And how are we going to, do it today? It's real simple. The slides are going to be displayed. I'll do the talking. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the question box. And I'll talk exactly, for 30 minutes. And after that, Dr. Ikuti will be there and Malia is going to be there. So my time is 30 minutes. And during that time, feel free to post your questions, ask your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. So let's begin the show. It's 6:30. Let's start. And a big thank you to Maliha and my team, because I cannot do this without the indispensable support of my team. And thank you to everybody from Dr. Ikurti's team too. All right.
Thank you, sir.
And one other thing is that there'll be a discussion for all of you with Dr. Ikurti and Maliha, because Dr. Kurti has been kind enough to continue these sessions every 2 weeks or whatever time is convenient. And I would request Dr. Kurti to come up with a regular schedule. Dr. Kurti, because the law keeps changing, and every 2 weeks, if you want to run it on a particular date and time, I think that will be excellent from your end, because people have to learn a lot about US immigration besides the EB1A category. So let's begin. EB1A. Everyone knows, they've been listening to the word EB1. I want to come to America. I'm in the United States of America, but getting the green card is so difficult. And I'm seeing all the news around me that people have opened body shops, workshops, telling me to come and see me. I'm a consultant. Be careful of that word first. Consultant. Do not do that, because important people in this are people who are honest, legit, and do the job fairly and properly for you. Because under American law, if you get in trouble, even if you get your green card, eventually you're going to lose it, because the government is looking at everything under a microscope. EB1A is generally meant for people of extraordinary ability. Sometimes people think that for me to qualify under the EB1A category, I need to be a rocket scientist. That is incorrect. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to qualify under the EB1A category. So generally, either you are a winner of one major international award, okay? For example, if you're in India, if you won a major international award, that you won the Booker Prize, that's internationally known. You won an Oscar, internationally known. Think about that movie, where they got the Oscar, Slumdog Millionaire. Straight up, directly apply for the green card, you're good to go, because that is an internationally known prize, Slumdog Millionaire. Or you're a great author, and now you have this thing, your article was published in the top most magazine in the world. That one may be enough. Your patent was recognized. You're a Dr. Homi Baba. One is enough. Let's now think about people who say, oh, Mr. Gehi, I don't think so, I have one, but I can at least meet 3 out of 10. Hallelujah. That is fantastic news. Even if you meet the 3 out of the 10, which is not that difficult, the good news is American law allows you to qualify for a direct green card. So the common question I get is what Malia has put up over here on the slide, and Dr. Kurti, the first screen. Let's talk only about the EB1A. We are not going to talk about the EB1B first right now. First, we are going to start it with EB1A and EB1B. EB1C will keep it for next time. But right now, it's EB1A. Self-petition. Most people think that I need an employer to get my green card in the United States. You are completely wrong. You do not need a sponsor at all. Rule number 1. You can self-petition yourself for a green card. How does the process work? You don't need a labor certification. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That's outstanding. Now, let's talk about someone, the best way to teach people, especially in the legal profession, is to dumb it down. And I'm going to dumb it down for you. And I'm known to dumb things down. And, people love the way I lecture. So I'm going to make it easy for you to understand. Rule number 1, self-petition means that you do not need a sponsor, which means that even you have the credentials. And if your credentials are good, is the word. Because the law requires you to be extraordinary. Now, recently I got a question on this word that I'm going to apply, and I'm meeting 3 out of the 10 criteria. The EB1A has 3 out of 10 criteria, and for example, one can easily go through it. And if needed, we can even talk about it one after another. So let's talk about the criteria of what they are. Number one is receipt of a nationally or internationally recognized prize or award for excellence in your field. As I mentioned, Oscar, Booker Prize, or any great award, and you can get in touch with us. If you do not have that, you have to meet the 3 out of 10 criteria. Means you have a very well-known prize. Now, a well-known prize is you meant for the scientific mission, which was International Conference of Doctors, which was very prestigious. And you spoke about cancer research, or you're talking about AI right now. And if anyone is in AI, you're talking about the future of AI. Or you're talking about basically, the biggest problem that's going to be in AI, it's going to be security. And it's going to be about jailbreak in AI. And it can be about, hallucinations in AI. So when you are at that point, and if you're going to talk about agents in AI, you're talking about agent tech. If you're talking about LLMs, and if your research is extremely focused, and if it's going to benefit the United States, then I think, you're on point. It can be cancer research, doesn't matter. It can be the game of cricket. You can say that it's going to naturally benefit the US because cricket is a game that's coming up. So if you know someone who's a well-known cricketer, I've helped cricketers too in terms of understanding what it is. So the good thing is that it is open to arts, sciences, and mathematics, STEM occupations. The good thing is that it's a very wide kind of area through which you can apply. So don't be hesitant or reluctant that I'm going to give up on this. Now, associations. Now, people say, oh my God, isn't it so easy for me to join any associations? The answer is no. The association has to be a top-notch association. So which means it should be an association which is very private, wherein you're invited to join, and they look at your credentials, and then you're welcome to join. That's what they mean by prestigious associations. That's why I cannot basically stress the importance for people to directly and independently work with Dr. Ikurti. And that is important because you need someone who can help you as an educational consultant over that. Now, publish material about you. Now, remember one thing, folks. You might all have heard this news. Oh, the thing is that I'm finding these people who are going to basically, kind of engage in plagiarism, and they're going to write articles for me, and they're going to do it. Please do not do that. An encourager of tyranny is a tyrant himself. Work on your own. Work on those articles. Have coaching sessions. But at the end of the day, it has to be your original scientific contribution. It has to be your contribution. And now what is happening, the US government is tracking. And they're waiting for people to go to jail. Because these people who have started these body shops of helping people, and they're not lawyers, and they're consultants, and they are going to disappear. But one day what will happen, you'll be spending your money, and you're going to wind up with basically being behind bars if you're caught, even after you get the green card. The word is, even after you get a green card, the government will investigate, and I'll tell you how, through AI. And if they see plagiarism in your articles, if they see that these are not original scientific contributions, US law is very tough. And things are happening, as you all know. So work on it, write some articles, publications, you're allowed to get published, and you can even work with a properly authenticated, bona fide agency that can get you naturally and professionally published. And if you make it known to the US government, you have no issues at all. But it should be genuine. That is the word. So please do not work with unscrupulous individuals who are going to really screw up your career and get you on the streets, and you're going to lose your money. And I do not encourage our wonderful, intelligent people to be working with unscrupulous people who have started these body shops of ruining people's lives and taking with their hard-earned money. Keep that in mind, folks. Now, we were at associations. Then let's go to published material, which I said has to be yours, has to be yours, has to be yours. Judging, you judge the competition. Let's put it this way, that you are basically, a swimming coach, and you're going at an international level or into bodybuilding, and you're into, boxing, and you've been called to the US to judge. Hallelujah. Great. You're judging. You can be an author of a book. You've been asked to judge, for the Booker Prize or any major award. You're a scientist. You're an actor. You're a dancer. You can be anybody. One other thing I would encourage is, besides scientists, is for actors and for dancers and for writers to make use of this category. Don't think about science only. Think about actors, think about dancers, think about performers, think about artists, think about doctors. Doctors mean people who have really done valuable contributions to the universe. Think about Aryabhatta the Great. I mean, geniuses. So that's how your mind should be working. But you don't have to be an Aryabhatta, as I said. Because 3 out of 10 is fine. But if you have that great thing with you, you've done something exceptional in AI, or you have discovered a cure in Ayurveda or in homeopathy for a specific disease, and if that problem has been solved, and if there are test cases that say, yes, this problem is getting solved, and you are in the newspapers, fabulous. Take an example about, let me give a simple example about some people, God has made them disabled, but they're better than all of us. There's a very high respect for people, who stand up in life, irrespective of their disability. Now, this disabled man is the greatest painter you could imagine. He's more like the Pablo Picasso of the modern generation. He's been written up every day. Do you know he can qualify for a green card? Think, when you can even see that person who rose from the streets, he can get the green card in America, but he should be like at that level when he's been in the newspapers. Next is authorship. If you're an author of a book, you've written scientific publications, you judge competitions, and your books are well known, your articles are well known, or you're in all these top periodicals, that is amazing. And that can help you. I'm going to go through all the categories first, then we are going to narrow it down to 3 out of 10. Leading critical roles, performance in leading or critical roles. Okay, you are performing a critical role in Bahubali. What a great movie. You're in. Bahubali bagged such a big award. So that one may be enough for you, that you are the director of Bahubali. You're the producer. Durandar. Great movie. Known internationally. If it gets nominated for the Oscars, why not? It can be anything, folks. You're that great scientist who's working in the field of nuclear physics. And you are basically redefining physics, wherein you're talking about every object continues to be in a state of rest or of uniform motion unless if acted upon by an unbalanced force. Newton's first law. But you're saying that a balanced force can do this. You're challenging it and you're proving it. You're that great scientist. That is the difference. It's all about you. And then I'll look into it. I'll see that whether you qualify, you can get in touch with Dr. Kurti, or you can get in touch with Melia, doesn't matter. But end of the day, we want to make sure that you are the person who's working. If you're going to tell me that I'm not the person who's working, you are knocking the wrong door. Do not come to me. Because, by the blessings of Almighty God and from all of you, I'm in a different league than most lawyers in the nation, and I cannot thank the community enough. But I respect the US laws and the government laws. And I try my best to make sure that, and I tell every lawyer to make sure that follow the law and do the right thing. That is what we are here about. That's long-term sustenance. Next one, commercial success. Commercial success can be in performing arts. As I said about Bahubali, great. Durandar, great. Commercial success. You may be a great entrepreneur in IT. Commercial success. You may be the greatest doctor with 47 clinics. Commercial success. You may be that great dancer who has attracted world fame. Commercial success. So open up your minds and think about these categories. You should be among the few who have risen to the top of your field. Now, that is very important. Take an example of there are so many actresses, but few of them get to the top. So many actors, but few of them become a Brad Pitt, whom I like very much. So you need to make sure that you fall in that category. So you have this documentary that you produced. Reminds me of, someone that I look upon very highly. That's Meera Nair. So she had produced Salam Bombay, if you'll remember. It went for an international award. See that? Create a documentary. Who said, who's stopping you? That is leadership. That is thinking. We need to also make sure that your work is beneficial to the US government. So we have to make sure that anything that you do is very much beneficial to the US government. And now the key is you don't have to get all these 10 correct. You only need to qualify for 3 out of the 10. But I encourage people to make sure they try to get to 5. Why? Because it's good for you. It's easy. And in a sense, it's better to get an extra bite of the apple rather than just getting the normal bites of the apple. So always have an extra bite of an apple ready when you apply for your EB1A. Common mistakes in EB1A. When you read it, it looks really easy. That's written very well. And thanks to the team here, waiting too long to document achievements, understanding your own accomplishments. That's very important. Half the people think that I have it. You're wrong. The government looks at it very conservatively. Because when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we all feel that I look so great. Let someone else look at the mirror and tell you whether you look handsome or no, or whether you look beautiful or no. So that is important. Let the other person look at it. And all these things that she's talking about here, my team, common mistakes to avoid, and Dr. Ekurti, what they're talking to you about is these things are time consuming. You cannot do it on your own. Someone will have to monitor. Someone will have to check whether you're right on track. It's a process. Slow and steady wins the race. Otherwise, when you apply, if you get a denial, there are ways to even overcome denial. But I would prefer that try to get this immediately. Now, let me tell you a simple example. I worked with someone recently who was a Grammy Award winner. And I want all of you to believe me. No sooner we filed the petition online, they accepted the money. Even before getting the receipt notice, the case was approved. That is unheard of, Dr. Ekurti. That is unheard of. So, end of the day, the planning, the execution, and the submission are very important. Relying solely on job titles, that's another mistake. Submitting weak recommendation letters. Oh my God. Half the time when I look at the recommendation letters, they're just written so poorly that the chances of denial are kind of very, very high. Presenting evidence without context. You're adding stuff which is unwanted. That really pisses off the immigration officer. And that is one of the grounds where cases get denied. Sometimes less is more. That's why it's important for you to work with it. And honestly, It's not that expensive, even if you're living in India or wherever you are, to actually get the process going. Rather than spending $800,000, $1 million, better for you to look into the EB1A. And especially if you're a PhD, see, you already got it. And if you're ready to get involved in education and you're someone who can put in the time and effort, and I tell all these highly educated people and these actors, these performers, are you ready to put 15 or 20 hours of your time with us so that we look at everything honestly, genuinely, and make sure that you work, and then after 6 to 8 months, you apply. But every document that you give has to be genuine. Others, please do not come to me. You're knocking the wrong door. I will not take up your case. So those things are important, and I cannot stress the importance of making sure that you cross every I and T before you apply. Every I and T has to be crossed, especially because if you do not do that, you will get a denial. And please do not buy these stories from people, oh, it's okay, we can apply. Because the person you're dealing with, he will run away if he's a consultant. Attorneys cannot run away because we are licensed by the bar. That is the difference. An attorney may be slightly expensive, not too expensive. But is it better for you to wear a designer shirt in your life? Or whether you want to compromise with ethics and lose your money? And go with any attorney. Mr. Gehi will never force you to come to me. That's not my style. And I want people to read about me. I hate talking about myself. Better to look at who is in front of you, then you make your decisions. Of course, nobody can guarantee you results. Nobody can. And if they're guaranteeing you, they're lying to you. But fortune favors the brave. When the great get going, the going gets great. And the Lord is the strength of the strong. And if you're strong enough, then go for it. If you cannot put in the time and effort, then I think do not go for it. Do not waste your money in this. So now, since it's 6:54, my time will be until 7. This is great. This is a great slide. And I'm going to take some questions from people. And for the next 5 or 6 minutes will be questions. Then Dr. Ekurti will be taking over. And Malia will say a few words later on. And we'll continue. And folks, Dr. Ekurti, I would also recommend you, since you're planning on having more sessions, it would be great if you'd announce some dates, so we can continue this tradition of excellence. So wherein smart, good people can, come in and they can benefit. So the biggest benefit to our audience here is, remember, you may be sitting in India. You may be sitting in Nepal. You may be sitting in any part of the world. You can come directly to the US on a green card without a sponsor. The message is loud and clear. We do not want you to look for a sponsor. The message is loud and clear that if in India, right now there's a backlog, and the backlog is around 4 years, but that keeps changing. You may even be in 2 years. So, but at least you're investing your money in the right direction. And if your I-140 petition is approved, the good thing for you is you'll be just waiting for your green card. Who should consider this category? Scientists, PhDs with publications, people who are very highly successful in business. They've been in the media, all over the media, actors, performers, dancers, sports personalities, artists. The list goes on and on and on. So don't think that this is only for scientists, mathematicians, engineers, just the list. And, literary geniuses, you're looking at literature geniuses. They can even look into this. Journalists, we are not stopping you. So please, let's begin with the questions.
Thanks, Gehi, providing this. 2 things I want to stress in this situation. One is to select the right guru first. If you are at right guru, you never did anything wrong. If you are not at right guru, whatever you are doing is wrong. Similarly, select the right attorney first. That's more important. And the second is If you are giving 100% assurance, that is 100% fake. Nobody is going to give in this world is 100% assurance. A lot of times people are asking me, oh, 100% you are going to get a job, 100% you are issuing. No, we are going to help up to a certain extent. You need to work hard. That is the situation. I am closely working with the gays because of all these things. We don't want to hide it. A clear rejection is better than fake promise.
And Doc, there's
Straight
an
away we are
important
telling,
thing.
hey,
I'd like to add something to this, what Doctor is saying.
sure.
Even if you are rejected for honest reasons, you can also reapply and still again qualify for the green card because the US respects honesty. And nowadays, Doc, they have these investigators, they have AI through which they've started finding out whether people are trying to game the system.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, and you mentioned we are going to continue this type of informative educational sessions every 2 weeks, once. Definitely, that will be, I'm very happy to, organize this type of sessions. I'm sure. Thanks, Gavi, giving that great
Now,
offer to our community.
Next time, the next session is going to be for outstanding researchers and professors. Because what we're going to do is we're going to split it up slowly. The next session is, and we want all our friends over here to spread the message to outstanding researchers and professors. EB1A for outstanding researchers and professors, that's a special category. And then after that, we are going to spread it out to actors, performers. So we are going to go through every single category, which not many people do. And we'll make sure that everyone learns, and we want to make sure that everybody actually, benefits from the wonderful education you're going to get from Dr. Ikurti and, from my team. And remember, we both are separate entities. The instant program does not constitute legal advice, and we do not guarantee results. We are honest enough, but we have a track record of success in our firm, and we have been around for the longest time. And I'm recognized as a super lawyer in America. Right now, the great news is that yesterday, I was honored to become the co-chairman of the Queens County Bar Association immigration committee, which is a very prestigious chair. And that wouldn't have happened without the indispensable support of the community. And I'm grateful to every Indian, to every person, who has made me what I am. And I owe it to Mother India too, as much as I owe it to the United States. And one of my favorite sayings is, "Dil le gayi teri bindiya, yaad aa gaya mujhko mera India." मैं कहीं भी रहूं इस जहान में, दिल है मेरा हिंदुस्तान में. Jai Hind. And God bless the United States of America. If there's any question, please ask me. I'm ready for it.
Okay, I think I know, Gehi, you have some other commitment. Just absolutely you can leave, and any questions we will forward it to you. Probably next meeting we can address those type of questions that we can do. And all of you remember one thing is Gehi wrote one book, that's Immigration for All. That is exclusively for like a Bible for people who are staying in India. It contains each and everything about the immigration aspect. It's a great book. Go and Amazon or some other places, you can go and read that book. That one word is enough. In US, he wrote an excellent book exclusively for immigration, US laws. That's all I want to. Then you can share all of your questions. So definitely, Malia or me, we are going to clarify some extent. Some extent, I'm telling you. And we are going to forward all these questions to Gehi. And after that, probably tomorrow day after, we are going to put all these questions answers to you. Thank you, sir. Thanks very much.
Just give me 1 minute. There's one question which I got. Yes, if you're from the IT industry and if you're someone who has achieved a lot, it may be under basically the EB1A, or there may be another category to which you may qualify. So we can discuss those things for sure. You can get in touch with Malia and Dr. Ikurti is here. They will continue the session and we'll be happy to assist with that. Thank you all. And the mic is over to Dr. Ikurti and to Malia to continue for the session. Next session is going to be about outstanding researchers and professors. And folks, after that, what I want from all of you, spread the message. Spread the word with Dr. Ikurti. Spread this and let them know that we believe in giving you the right answers, honest answers, because there's a saying, a good deed goes a long way. People are getting kind of carried away with a lot of unscrupulous people who are trying to game the system. Stop them, do the right thing. That's what mankind is all about. And each one of you is a hero. Make sure that you work hard. And if you're ready to work hard, I can assure you, each one of you will do very well in succeeding in your mission of coming to the United States of America. Thank you, and we'll be back again.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, any questions? Like, now I think all of you are able to understand the importance of this EB1 processing. And education and legal, we need to work together. We need to add, of course, we both are separate entities and separate organizations. But why we want to work with, closely working with, GAE is transparency and, of course, success rate and providing the right direction and right guidance. This is more important because having, people are, I am also came from India. I know how pain it is to get your green card, all these things. So I know because, I came with H1B and I know all the process, what exactly we are all facing, So that's the one reason we scheduled this meeting. And of course, if you have any educational side, like doubts or questions or concern, don't be hesitate. You can call us. Of course, my number is there itself. You can call us. If you have any legal issues, something like that, just now, or K has provided the number in consultation numbers, everything in a chat window. Take the numbers and you can call them directly. Of course, refer my name, that should be fine. Otherwise, absolutely no issues. You can take the better advice. Finally, I can say one thing. Genuinity is the very important. Don't go any unethical things. Don't go any unethical things. That's the more important. Select the right person first. Because if I want to go to Washington, D.C., I need to take 95 south. If I'm taking 95 north, I never hit Washington. Select the right person, right guru first, right person. That's very, very important in your career because this is not a rocket science. This is not an impossible task. Every lot of people are going to apply. They are getting success, because that's the reason everybody has their skills. They need to promote, they need to identify the skills. Everybody, I'm a data scientist by profession. I'm doing a lot of data analysis, lot of things, but I need to promote what I did it. Then we are going to help you to promote yourself in a right direction. If you have any additional skills, don't be hesitate. Something like that, we can do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't have any good questions. One question I got it from Sai Archan regarding the doctorate. Can you please call me later? We will discuss about those things. Okay. Anyway, after 2 weeks, we are going to organize this session again. We are going to send an invitation to all of you. Please join and share this information to others because right information is very, very important. Definitely, we want to help with the community to get, permanent residencies here with using with these categories. Yeah, he is going to help you with all the legal matters. Mahila, you want to say something now? Maliha?
Yes, Mr. Kurti, thank you so much
No, go
for
ahead.
having
Go
us.
ahead.
No, just that. Just thank you so much for having us. A special thank you to Dr. Venkatakurti and Chanakya Educational Hub for organizing this informative session in collaboration with Kahin Associates. Just to all our participants, thank you for joining us today. We hope this session helped you better understand the EB1 process. If you're a professional researcher, entrepreneur, a scientist, or a business owner, so it's important for you to consider an EB1. Remember that every case is unique. Your achievements must be carefully reviewed, organized, and presented according to immigration law standards. For personalized guidance, you can consult Gehi and Associates. You can call us on 718-263-5999 or WhatsApp us on 9177-810791. For educational guidance, you can call Dr. Ikurti on 732-692-24748.
4748.
Thank
Okay, that's fine.
4748. I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry about
Thanks
that.
for
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
joining all of you on the
Yep.
Saturday evening. The
Mm.
weather is very good now. Enjoy this weather. Then again, after if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Call us. That's all. Thank you. Thanks very much, all of you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to close this
Sure.
meeting, and then we will see. But information for us. Definitely, our collaboration helps with a lot of people to get a lot of information. Okay, thank you.